Shuffle has shuffled once again, this time transporting me all the way back to the early 90s. Now, if you were around last week, I gave you guys 3 hints as to what this movie was going to be. Those hints were, you'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll hurl. And the correct answer, of course, was Wayne's World, as those 3 hints were simply the official tagline of the film. Now, Jacob Martin, you once again got it right over on Twitter, and the username simply titled BD got it right over here on YouTube Shorts. I've always had a strange experience watching this movie though, because my reaction is usually caught between the 2 extremes of loving it and hating it. But let's get cracking. Wayne's World is the big screen adaptation of the Saturday Night Live sketch of the same name, starring Mike Myers as Wayne Campbell and Dana Carvey as Garth Alger, the hosts of the local cable access television show all about everything and nothing in particular. When a big-time TV producer decides to buy the rights to the show, they hit it big. That is, until they learn that the show just is not the same. But is it too late to return it to the way that it was before? Alright, so it's been several years since I've seen this movie because it's such a weird thing for me. I both understand it and have nostalgia for it, but I also realize that I've never really been in the target audience ever. I was 4 years old when the movie came out, so I was never in the crowd that watched the sketch over on SNL. And because I've seen Dana Carvey and Mike Myers in several other things since this movie came out, I have a hard time seeing Wayne, because instead I often see Austin Powers. I have a hard time seeing Garth, because a lot of times I just see all of the different characters that he played in The Master of Disguise. Given that these characters are everything in this film, not being able to connect with them for their characters is substantial in how I feel about the film as a whole. I like it, yeah, I laughed quite a bit, especially at the gag about not selling out to sponsors, while also eating things like Pizza Hut, Doritos, drinking Pepsi, all the while wearing Reebok attire and taking specific prescription medicine for headaches. That was hilarious. But there's also a lot of pop culture references in the film that I don't think I really caught, because this came out over 30 years ago. I caught the Grey Poupon commercial gag, but I don't think many others will, because I'm old, and I caught things like that, but a modern audience just won't. Also, I think that it's incredibly hard to look at this movie and not compare it to something like Bill and Ted. Both films had a blonde and brunette guy that talked with the same kind of vocabulary. Excellent! The only real difference is that Wayne and Garth use real guitars, while Bill and Ted use air guitars. But if I had to compare one over the other, I might have to say that I would rather watch Bill and Ted, because I've seen that a lot more throughout my life. But I will admit, there's a lot of great comedic moments in this film that go the extra mile to be as absurd and as random as much as humanly possible. Like the manager of the diner that's secretly an axe murderer or something. Random, but great. My main problem though is that the film just doesn't have much of a plot. There's a twinge of something there in terms of the producer buying the show and what he wants to do with it ultimately, but this is a story that's mostly swept under the rug so that we can instead just focus on Wayne and Garth do as many weird things as they can throughout the runtime, and I'm left feeling like it feels a little bit pointless. It's funny, yes, but pointless. Even the stupidest of stupid humor films out there can have a solid plot. I mean, just look at Dumb and Dumber. They have to get to Aspen. There it is. There's your plot, there's the goal, but that's not so apparent here. What are Wayne and Garth trying to do? What is their goal? Because in general, story is important to me, so I have to say that I have a hard time overlooking that and just enjoying the hilarity of the absurdity. I just wish that there was more focus on the story that is technically there, just mostly ignored. With that being said, let's go ahead and break down my final score for a second, which I rated Wayne's World a B- letter grade, final overall score of 71%, 71 out of 100 possible stars. Basically, I can say that it's fine overall, but it's nothing that I really truly care to see on repeat. I'm not entirely sure if I've ever even seen Wayne's World 2, but if I had to wager a guess, I probably have. I don't remember anything about it. But let me know what you guys think about Wayne's World in the comment section down below. Is it your favorite SNL inspired film? Let me know if it is or isn't, and if it's not, what is your favorite SNL film? And as for YouTube, you guys know what to do. Hit that like, subscribe button, and the bell to be notified when I come out with my next installment for the Cinematic Shuffle. And until then, peace out.